Doctors cried for hours when they realized that the child was brought into the world. Parents often expect their children to behave like them for many reasons. They have a sense of pride and believe that their approach is the only legitimate method. Many people believe they will be immortal. I've never understood it. Take the example of parents who abuse their children. Unconditional love. Another myth propagated by breeders. If their love was unconditional, then they choose to adopt instead of accepting. Of course, this is only on the condition that they are the sole biological child. In those instances, we can observe how God looks at the faith of a parent and the way they deal with the issue. It's not easy to raise a child who has an abnormality. I believe that an unflinching view of natural extremes can give us vital insights into the way God or nature operates. These unique characteristics are intriguing because on the one hand, we can see the wonder of creation. On the other hand, we can see that something is horribly terrible wrong. A sudden event has occurred and nature is not prepared to deal with it. We can inquire about the existence of an individual soul and the person or thing that is responsible for the development of the bodies. A baby of 3 days old in northwest China has had its twins that are not fully developed removed from their lower back. Baby boy who was named Akram is born suffering from a unique disorder which affects 1 out of the 500,000 births. The condition is caused in the case of one twin being bonded to another twin and develops dependency on the other twin. Dr. Amy Yu Zhang, a Durium patient at Urumqi Children's Hospital, successfully removed the 1.2 kilogram or 2.65 down twins that were parasitic to Akram's body through an hour-long procedure on the 6th of December. According to Urumqi Evening newspaper, Dr. Abdurrahim identified unusualities in the twins in the 4D ultrasound scan which was conducted in September. The mother of Akram, referred to as Rina, was still pregnant. The mother insisted that they attempt to continue giving birth. The mother was later transferred into Urumqi No. 1 People's Hospital. Urumqi No. 1 People's Hospital for additional examinations. The doctors in Urumqi No. 1 People's Hospital confirmed that one twin was parasite. While and was not fully developed, the parasitic twin was bonded with the other twin's sacrum and an elongated bone located on the lower back of the patient. The other twin was healthy. Rina had her baby Akram on December 4th, 38 weeks of pregnancy, and also the less developed twins. The fetus that was not developed was around 23 centimeters long, about 9 inches long, and 15 centimeters wide, about 6 inches. It had developed teeth and bones, the digestive system, and care. Luckily, Akram was in good state, according to Dr. Abdurrahim. Dr. Abdurrahim explained that this was an instance of sacral-racable parasite, when 2 eggs that were fertilized failed to grow normally in the womb of the mother, however one of them was in the middle of another. The parasite was fully developed. The baby underwent an operation lasting 1 hour on December 6th and removed the parasite twin of his back. Surgery also eliminated the abdominal aorta which supplied nutrients to the twin parasite. They also cut off the centimeters of his backbone in order to prevent contact with the other cells that were affected by the parasite. It's the 3rd instance of a parasitic twin Urumqi Children's Hospital has received this year, as per the report. It wasn't the first time that doctors in India reported having born a child with the legs and arms of the headless twin out from the tiny body of his. A pediatrician has called a rare instance that the baby fully formed and is twin parasitic. If the legs, hands, and bladder as well as the excretion mechanism, it is clear that the twins' kidneys, hearts, and head will be regrettably absent. Medical professionals said they planned removal of the legs and arms that belong to the parasitic boy as fast as is possible, provided that the condition of the boy was stable. They are confident that the boy will lead an active and healthy life. The mother of the baby, who is not named, Lakshmi, 24, lives in an area in India. Her birth was natural on the 25th of November at an official health center and was later transferred into the Institute of Child Health IH, the state hospital located in Chennai. The baby is now under medical supervision within the neonatal intensive care unit of NIH, and doctors hope to have surgery to disengage the legs in the near term. Doctors told reporters that they were conducting tests to determine the risks of surgery, which is free to the family physician. Srinivasan, an official pediatric physician who assisted the family before being directed by ICH, said, "It's likely to be a rare situation. It is difficult to determine the long-term health of the more robust. Perhaps the doctors believe the procedure will succeed. Doctors have concluded that they will be able to remove the limbs the twins who are parasitic to ensure that the baby can develop into an ordinary toddler and have an optimistic future. Family members planned to kill the infant." Mr. Danda said, "I was shocked to learn that the relatives, who appear to be extremely religious and superstitious, were planning to kill the infant through throwing the baby into the water. I could not sit around and watch the situation unfold. As soon as we arrived at the hospital, I was a bit shocked to observe the state of my child. We made an initial diagnosis and provided him with immediate treatment. However, the child was in critical condition, and we recommended an improved hospital. The child was transferred to the hospital run by the government as Ms. Medical Institute and Hospital. Jaipur is located about 450 kilometers from Pindavara. A crew of 4 doctors was able to successfully operate and remove the twins that were parasitizing the baby. Dr. Praveen Mathur, a senior professor and the head of the Department of Pediatrics who conducted the surgery, stated that the baby had 3 hands, 4 legs along with 2 penises. The upper leg of the twin parasite was not developed, although he was good. His condition was difficult because of the attached leg and the genitals. The extra limbs, as well as the intestines that were only restricted by the parasitic twin. The boy is now in good health. We will monitor him for at minimum 1 week. The hospital performed a similar procedures 3 months prior. Dr. Praveen declared that it's good that both surgeries were successful. It's clear that life is a complex thing. It's amazing to me that just a few cells could multiply and evolve into complex organisms that are brimming with tightly knitted muscles, bones, organs and nerves, etc. How do cells decide where it should go and what to do? It appears to be a central command that orchestrates. The whole project seems to be orchestrated by a central command. Where is this oversight in relation to twins that are conjoined? These strange mergers don't appear to be deliberate. If Satan is the culprit, then why don't we just take them out? Instead of joining them? Why do they combine randomly, with different amount of success or failure? If we're designed intelligently and we can think that the designer will examine twins that are poised to merge and declare no, not a word, it's not right, or at the very minimum, offer a suitable programming. This means that a nose will not to join into cell A. It appears that he's not interfering in the natural world that he created in the form of souls that are created and putting them into infants. He has to be involved in some way. How does he control the soul creation process and not insist that twins must always be separated? The naturalist within me sees conjoined twins as a natural disaster tests. They may be unable to complete the task 75% of the times. What 25? A lot of times she's lucky, and that is strong enough to last. It's similar to the process of evolution, but these mistakes occur on a genetic basis. When errors turn out to be beneficial in the end, the organism is able to survive and reproduces. If the mutation results in a disadvantage and the organism disappears, it's all about chance. If you can create enough random changes, eventually you find something that is working, and what is really happening in nature. The advantage is the fact that she keeps only her top performers. Because the winners continue mix, they benefit from their newly discovered abilities. Parasitic conjoined twins exhibit similar physiopathologies as conjoined twins. They're connected to a normal fetus. This is known as the autocyte. They are typically composed of limbs that are externally attached and sometimes viscera, rarely a functioning brain or heart. They share the same way as twins that are conjoined. They eventually share their yolks, the same sac, or dorsally, they share portions of the cranial vertebral accession and, often, the neural tube too. The frequency of the dorsally parasite twins that are conjoined is 5 times higher than that of those who are united ventrally. The chromosomal patterns were usually identical. In this instance, it is the union is in the rump. Over half the rump is unfinished. The parasitic twin typically has bony legs, which are the most commonly seen. Maybe genitalia as well as neural connection or remnants of organs like bladder, bowel, kidney, or any other basic organ, or simply a bulk between conics and similar to an electrical circuit. Agial teratoma. Connective neural structures to the sacrum are not common. About 2/3 of instances are women. A surgical separation was documented in the literature, and most had a cartilaginous or fibrous attachment. In the literature, there was a discussion of concepts and the large blood vessels also. When there is union of the neural tube, the cord can be split and then separated. However, incontinence may be observed. Two theories are used to explain the formation of parasitic twins, the fission theory as well as the theory of fusion. The former suggests an incomplete separation of an embryo towards the end 2 weeks after conception. However, the second one focuses on the fusion of two parts that were distinct in the beginning of development. Some experts also suggest that twinning that is not complete is the cause for twins that are parasitic. A single egg is not able to fully separate or split between the days 13 and 15 following conception, which results in conjoined twins. In addition, the theory of ischemic atrophy places vascular problems within the uterus as the cause of ischemic accidents and the development of an infection. At this point, we don't know what causes any of the above scenarios. Surgery to remove of a twin that is parasitic is usually performed to preserve their life. Autoclitic twin and to preserve their health. It alleviates from the burden that the parasitic twin to the healthy sibling. It typically occurs after the birth of. Every case of conjoined twins with parasites has unique circumstances. Procedures for surgical the removal of parasitic twins differ based on the extent and the site of the connection. Several imaging tests are carried out in order to trace the procedure carefully. Before starting, surgeons need to not only cut away soft tissue but also bony and the vascular connections, which are those that have blood vessels. Problems that arise due to the removal of the parasitic twin may include hernias, infections, and poorly healed wounds. And sometimes, a follow-up procedure is necessary. After that, the dominant twin is examined for heart issues and breathing problems resulted from the stress of supporting the parasitic twin. If not, the autoclitic twin is likely to have the best chance of survival. Parasitic twins can be described as an asymmetrical variant of conjoined twins in which a partial formed fetus is connected to a functioning fetus. Although sharing of organs between them is uncommon, the twins that are parasitic often display a functioning brain or heart. In other cases, one of them appears as a single embryo with non-detectable protrusions or extra legs. If the condition of the parasitic twin is untreated, the sibling with the most dominant condition is prone to serious medical issues. As the prevalence of twins with parasites is very low, with less than 1 in 1 million births, research on the subject is limited. But, with the aid of better imaging and surgical techniques, experts are constantly striving to solve the numerous mysteries concerning parasitic twins. I would like these families to accept the baby's faith as well. Apart from God gifts, they are. Every day we observe how science helps heal malformation cases and save infants through the science. It is my belief that this is an amazing miracle of modern times from God. God may bless these people. Thank you for watching. Share and like the video via social media. We'll be back to you as quickly as we can.